gears up for the day. There's cows to milk, 'cause the tanker's on his way. There's a chill in the morning air as the truck pulls in. It's Haberfields milk.
Milk is our first life-sustaining food. The pure white liquid can sustain babies for several months from birth, and we drink it at any age. As we know it, milk is cold, refreshing. There always seems to be an endless supply of it, and milk costs much less than other packaged drinks. From milk, we make other natural foods like cream, butter, and custards, and cheese. Lots of varieties to please the taste buds of the young, the old, and the connoisseur. Haberfields have been bringing milk products to the Albury-Wodonga region for over half a century. The family company has expanded to the needs of the growth centre from the time Jock Haberfield arrived in Albury on holiday to visit his future wife Annie. He was a man who'd made a living from the land and quickly jumped at the chance to buy the milk processing side of the Albury Butter Factory when it came on the market at the beginning of the Depression. Jock Haberfield's father was a milk transporter in Victoria's Western District in the early 1900s. The future Mrs. Haberfield had already been in the milk vending business. In the mid-1920s, at the ripe age of 13, Annie Gray started a milk run in Albury. She bought milk from her father's farm in South Albury and delivered it to customers by bicycle first and later with a horse and cart. The distribution of milk was in the family blood. Haberfield's model dairy, as it became known, rapidly grew. Billy delivery of milk in Albury-Wodonga gave way to bottles and cartons. Milk processing saw radical changes with pasteurization and hygienic handling techniques introduced. Today, Haberfields employs more than 50 people and has an annual sales of over $10 million. The company has a multi-million investment in the dairy industry. It distributes dairy products to retail outlets and households up to 150 kilometres away from Albury. As well, the national capital of Australia, Canberra, receives 10% of its milk requirements from Haberfields. Bulk milk is forwarded by the company for market milk in Sydney and Wagga, and also to a cheese factory in Melbourne. Every day, up to 100,000 litres of milk from 60 dairy farmers in the New South Wales Riverina, northeast Victoria and Upper Murray pass through Haberfield's Albury factory. Let us briefly trace the origin of milk until the time it appears on your breakfast table. Cows graze peacefully on green pastures. They are milked twice a day in season. The milk is then cooled in dairy vats to below 4 degrees centigrade. Soon after, the Haberfields tanker arrives to transport the milk to the factory. At the factory, the milk is tested and then pasteurized to guarantee it is free from harmful bacteria and safe. Haberfields was one of the first milk processors in Australia to pasteurize and bottle milk. The milk is then transferred to a large insulated stainless steel tank before being processed again for packaging or bottling. On the way through, this milk is homogenized to make it smooth and creamy. The packaged milk is then stored in a cool room before being distributed to the public. As mentioned earlier, there are other byproducts of milk being made at the same time as the bottles and cartons are filled with milk, like cream, which is enriched milk, the halfway stage between the milk and butter process. Butter is cream, which has been whipped into a solid form. Another product of the milk process originated in most civilizations several thousands of years ago: cheese. Haberfields began making cheddar cheese in 1946 and now export it to several overseas countries. This refrigerated container load is being shipped to Morocco in northern Africa. On site in Albury, the company has recently built a modern dairy shop retailing some 200 varieties of Australian and imported cheeses, milk, cream, yogurt, other dairy products and orange juice. Orange juice processing and packaging is a sideline that Haberfields incorporated at the dairy in the late 1960s. The technology that has been incorporated since the complete $1.5 million rebuild of the Haberfields factory in 1983 enables the company to be ready for the challenges of the milk industry up to and beyond the year 2000. That equipment and the entire plant operation ensures that we will continue to receive dairy products like these whenever we require them.